Welcome to the Academy of Modern Martial Arts instructional video series. Today we're going to look at spinal suppleness, or the ability of our spine to support healthy function. So much of what we do has to do with our spine and our back. One of the number one complaints in America today is having a sore back. Often back injuries occur because people's spines aren't fully mobilized and able to move. So our goal is to help mobilize the spine, increase the suppleness throughout our spine, so that our spine can do its very best job of supporting all of the physical activity that we do. In order to do that, we're going to begin with a series of spinal exercises that will start at the top and work its way down to the hip. And we will take our spine, and we'll do our best to get a little bit of individuation and movement through each and every vertebra that we have. Beginning from the top. Again, we're going to go back to that balanced position that we discussed previously. Our feet are shoulder width or a touch wider. Knees are soft and moved outward. Front of that pelvis is pulled up so we activate the low abdomen. We lift up out of that sternum, setting the shoulders down the back, raising the crown of the head and moving the chin back just a little bit. From here we're going to start with the rotation of our spine. And we're going to begin by just turning our chin to the left. And you'll find that your chin stops. This is as far as it can go if the goal is to move the chin over. But if we switch gears to bringing our ear forward, we may find that we get a little bit more rotation out of our chin and our spine. So we're going to bring our chin to the left, or the right, excuse me. When it stops, we're going to bring the left ear forward and see if we get more rotation. Once again, we're going to turn the chin to the left. And then we're going to turn it to the right, trying to smooth out the action of the chin and the ear. After we've done that, we're going to meet back in the middle again. We're going to interlock our fingers, turn our hands over, push our hands out. And again, as we do this, if we're nice and balanced within our stance and we go to push our hands out, that pulls us forward. So what has to happen when our hands go out is we want to sit back and down just a little bit to stay in balance and to keep our weight over the center of our feet. So as we do that together now, refining that balanced position, interlocking fingers, turning the hands over, and as we push the hands out, we sit back and down just enough to remain centered in the feet. Again, try to keep our shoulders from coming up. Rather, we prefer to just set our shoulders down the back. And we'll take a nice, long, slow inhale here. Hold the breath. And then on our exhale, let's let this whole circle rotate over to the left side. So the left arm will be pulling, and we might even push out with our right elbow to maximize that rotation. Then we'll inhale back through the center, hold our breath, and exhale as the circle goes to the right. So we're trying to get some rotation in our upper and mid back, moving down through our spine. We'll do one more each side, inhaling through the center, exhaling as it moves to the left. Once more, inhaling back to the middle, exhaling to the side, and we'll come back to the center this time with a nice deep inhale. And this time, head and hands stay forward, and it's the hips that we endeavor to move to the left. And then back through the center, and we'll move the hips to the right. Nicely done. We'll come back to the center. We're going to relax our hands, and we're just going to let those hands rotate, nice and smooth, get up into our shoulders. And we're now going to look at leaning our spine from the rotation of the spine to the sideways or lateral lean. We're going to begin with our uppermost vertebrae. We're going to think about dropping that right shoulder in order to bring the right hand up. We're going to pull the head over toward the right shoulder. And again, we're going to practice that style of breathing. Nice and slow in through the nose. Holding our breath as long as is comfortable, a heartbeat or two before we exhale through the mouth. And as we do, we want to feel that left side of the neck relax. Once more. Relax. We'll slowly bring that head back up to the center. Of course, on your own, once you've got the routine, you can do this for as long as you like. We'll take that head over to the other side. Nice, long, slow breath. And feel that whole right side of the neck relax and lengthen with every exhale. In addition to moving our vertebrae also giving our neck muscles a chance to let go of some tension. We'll do one more. And this time on our exhale, we'll allow that head to come right back up to the center. And this time we're going to lean the entire spine and we're going to stretch along the outside of the body. In order to help protect our back, we're going to take a moment and pull up the front of that pelvis again. As we drop our shoulder blades behind us, we're going to raise our arms. So our lats are activated, our low abdomen is activated, and this time we are going to counterbalance. Hips are going to move to the right while we counterbalance along to the left. Going just as far as is comfortable for us today. And then from here we're going to pause and we're going to switch direction. Now the important thing is to try and do this as smoothly as possible. We'd like to avoid any jerkiness. If we're compelled to move quickly through an area, it's kind of a sign that we aren't as structured or as stable as we'd like to be in that area. So instead of rushing through, slow down, take your breath, take your time, and relax. It's not the amount of movement we're doing, it's the quality of movement we have. And our goal is to be slow, smooth, and relaxed all the way through. Still practicing our breathing, even from here, doing our best to feel the ribs move outward laterally on our inhale, and a heartbeat, and then a long exhale. Come back to the center. We're going to relax the hands. We're going to relax the head, we're going to relax the neck and the shoulders, and we're going to prepare for a spinal wave, which is essentially undulating through our spine and trying to articulate through our spine in this forward and backward way. And we're going to begin this process by bringing our nose forward, followed by our chin, beginning this process of tilting the head back. We'll bring our clavicle forward. From our clavicle, we'll move our sternum forward. You notice the chin is already starting to drop down. From the sternum, we're going to bring the stomach and then the hip, and then we're going to go right back to pushing the nose forward, the chin, the clavicle, the sternum, the stomach, the hips, and the chin. And we can do this as smoothly, as slowly, as quickly, as vigorously, however you'd like, to smoothly undulate through your spine. Again, just to look sideways. We're here, the body's stable, soften the knees for balance, drop shoulders, and then push the nose out, followed by the chin, followed by the clavicle, followed by the sternum, followed by the stomach, followed by the hips, followed by the nose. And again, just going through that at whatever pace feels good to you. And then we'll bring it all back to the center. And we'll readjust that stance. We'll make sure we've got that nice bend in the knees. And from here, we'll take a nice big inhale that will bring our hands up. We're going to have our right hand grab our left thumb in this scenario. And we're not going to stretch all the way forward right now. What we're going to do is we're going to round our back. And the goal is to keep the back as round as possible, rather than trying to reach all the way to the floor. So one more time, nice big inhale. Right hand grabs the left thumb, left fingers go over the right knuckles, and we're going to push that out in front of us. And again, as the hands go out, we sit back and down. So from here, we're nice and balanced within our stance. We take a nice deep inhale. And we're going to head down on our exhale, doing our best to move one vertebra at a time. If it starts to feel like a big chunk of our back begins to move, we want to just pause, take another breath, and see if we can individuate it all. Here we're beginning this process of pulling our stomach up toward our spine, keeping that back nice and round. And once we're here, we just want to be here and breathe as deeply and slowly as we can. And we can either focus on staying here, or if this is easy for you, we can slowly rotate here, bringing the right elbow toward the right knee, and then back through, bringing the left elbow toward the left knee. Opening up the ribs, keeping the back nice and round as we take the deepest, slowest breaths we can. And then we'll come back to the center. Take one more big inhale down here. And We'll come up nice and slow, letting the knees slide forward underneath us as we unroll back over the top, coming back to the center. Now that we've rounded our back, we're going to take that stretch lower into the glutes and the hamstrings. So this time we are going to reach for the floor, and we're going to do it twice. You have your choice of how you want to deal with your balance. Maintaining your feet nice and wide will give us the best possible balance. If you'd like to challenge your balance, you can bring your feet in closer. If you'd like to challenge your balance and your brain even more, you can cross your feet. Regardless of what you choose to do, we want to bend the knees. We want to keep some bend in our knees. And we're going to use our hands for support throughout this movement. So hands are going to move to the legs. We're going to take a nice deep inhale. And again, we'll let ourselves go down on our exhale. This time using those hands for support. And simply going down as far as is comfortable for you today. Once you've gone as far as is comfortable, we'll stay here and breathe. If you feel that after a breath or two going down lower is available to you, then by all means do so. Again, focusing on taking that nice deep breath that opens up the ribs. One more deep inhale. We'll place the hands on the legs and we'll come up slowly on our exhale. When we reach the top, no matter where you are, relax into that stance, bend the knees, choose what you want to do with your stance for the second stretch. If your legs were crossed, I'd recommend trying the other side. And again, soft knees, hands on legs, deep benchmark breath at the top. Head down slowly on the exhale. Again, just focusing on taking a nice deep breath. If the body loosens and you can go a little lower, by all means do so. And then we'll come up slowly after one more deep inhale. We'll let that exhale and our hands guide us back up to the center. Once we're at the top, again, sink in to the leg for balance. Unweight one side. And this time we're going to finish with just sort of wringing out our spine and balancing on one leg and working on opening up the hips. So we're going to bring the right foot back behind us and turn it out 45 degrees. We're going to move our weight back over that right foot and we're going to sink down. We're going to indicate that the left foot is empty by coming out of that heel. Hands are going to go to the hips. And we're going to turn our hips as far as we can take them on top of that right leg. Once we've established our maximum range of motion, it's up to you if you'd like to add your arms. We can swing our arms to gain even more rotation out of the torso, or just leave them on the hip. From there, we'll relax. With the unweighted left leg, we'll bring that back behind us 45 degrees. We'll shift our weight into the left and unweight that right leg. Hands will go to the hips. Hips will turn on top of that right leg. Left leg, excuse me. And from there, we'll decide if we want to add our arms or not. Bringing out that spine, getting as much mobility in our spine as we can while balancing over the leg. We'll relax. We'll come back to center. We'll step back into that position. And we'll end again with a nice, deep, focusing breath. So set your body up for success. Which encourage the deepest breath possible with a nice long inhale in through the nose. Holding our breath, see if we can feel a heartbeat or two before we exhale through the mouth. And again, thank you for joining us in one of our instructional videos, this one on the suppleness of our spine. Have a great day.